Coming up inside again, and fastball up and in, 1-1. Might get some good stuff.
Well, I think that's part of the game plan there.
In the air, foul, tracking towards the stands. But right on it is J.D. Davis. So the guys that flipped uniforms in spring training records the pitching in relief. And a swing right away for Noda. Chapman head over and one down. Let's take a look defensively at the San Francisco Giants. In addition to Matt Chapman on the infield, Luciano trying to take over for Brandon Crawford, who'd been with the Giants for the last 13 seasons. Estrada at second, Flores at first. Tom Murphy's doing the catching today. He will be backing up most of the season. In the outfield, Conforto, Lee, and Slater left to right. There's a pitch down to Zach Geloff, but go back to Jordan Hicks, a guy transitioning from the bullpen back to a starter, a place that he had been, but starting rotation.
Yeah, well, Jenny, I'm not about to tell you anything that's pitches, which is why he has been the weapon he's been out of the bullpen. But for Jordan Hicks, there's 4 years.
Pitch outside.
You know, but when you start to look through this and how Jordan Hicks plugs into that.
Cold strike down. A little low, but down and in the zone.
Regular season, things look awfully different.
Much different story as he issued a walk very close. Patient Geloff earns for. Look over at Geloff.
Well, that's interesting because I think we've come to appreciate notice of, not that they're unaware of it.
Well, it took until mid-March for
the ground running when need be.
The 0-2 missing, so 1 and 6. Can you stretch out some of those numbers? The 14 homers, the 14 stolen bases. Here's the 2-2. Geloff paused halfway down the base path out towards center field, and Lee's going to catch it for the second out.
Starting to jump a little.
Even traveled, thought about it, and he did go. So
turtleneck, strong.
It's chilly. Catches it in from his playing days, and Geloff goes. So there you go, stolen base number 1. 1-2 missing low.
You know, you figure if you got yourself.
He just added that a couple years ago in 2022. In the air, and this is going to head for the stands. The 2-2 to Rooker. That's hard on the ground and going to go foul. Just down the left side, but spun to the 2-2 again. That's outside, so a full count now for Brent. 2 gone, Geloff on second, and the 3-2 a swing and miss. So Brent Rooker strikes out to end the inning with 1 stranded. On C Provider for more information. You can also stream the Kings live on the NBC Sports app. Well, a first pitch ball to free agent acquisitions, one of many for the San Francisco Giants this offseason. Came from Seattle, where he spent the last 4 years. Colorado privately.
Your young stud.
Fouls off the 2-0.
Joey Bart, that they were hoping to emerge.
That ball's hit hard towards left field, and it's going to soar on out of the Coliseum. So Tom Murphy will break things open with a Giants lead. Brings up Michael Conforto with no outs. Last time we saw Michael, you can because we lived it.
Yeah, I wouldn't if we weren't there.
Hour and 6 minutes, and then he had to get back in there. Got on base after all was said and done. Here's the 1-1 from Sears. That's hard towards center field. Leday easily jogs back. Tyro Estrada, the batter for the Giants. For Sears this offseason, trying to make sure things were right between the ears. In the air, and Geloff.
That he has been able to acknowledge where he feels like where some of the shortcomings are, or where they exist, and trying to.
Oakland A's that have found themselves injured here to start the 2024 season. 1-1 to Marco Luciano. Yeah, we're going to talk to him next half inning and look forward to having him share his excitement of that first opening day.
Motion behind that.
3-1 fouled back, and it'll be a full count for Luciano.
Yeah, because it's a to get your team rolling. Game 1.
3-2, swing and a miss. So J.P. Sears gets Luciano. And we are pleased to have Alex Wood joining us here in the broadcast.
That this question has been asked, and I'm curious to know. I know the fans at home are curious to know. We talk about having that big league moment. Oh, when was your big revelation and how that came to be, how you found out. Buddy, you're on the bump day 1.
I finished up all my stuff, and when the game ended and Kotz came over, Kotz came over to me and I was sitting in my chair.
Slater and Flores for the Giants, and the first pitch inside from J.P. Sears. Left off in the KBO, a guy that never hit under 318 in any season. 7 trash can was high in the way. Put the go-go gadget arms out from the bullpen.
It feels like they plugged each and every one of them. You know, bat to ball skill, run scoring opportunities. Fancy?
Yeah, that works. They did it just, I guess you can call it strategic now looking back, because it just methodically. You want Jordan Montgomery? He's still out there too, if there's any willing participants in that one. Fouls it off on the full count.
And again, putting himself in scoring position, providing those opportunities for the guys behind him.
His first at bat back in the first. 3 walks issued for J.P. Sears, and that's out of the zone as well. To spring, he didn't really start playing the field until mid.
Really continues to become somebody that this staff can rely on and trust.
And what does it induce? A swing and a miss away at spring training. You know, getting harped on a lot about. There's the 2-2. Nope, check over.
Marcus. And he said, we're working. Oh, we're working. And he knew.
That's in there.
Always seen eye to eye. I felt like at times the sweeper's trying to be something that it's not.
1-2 in the air. It's in the shallow right field. Butler calling off Geloff. 50 of his outing coming.
You go back and remember some of the games. Soler.
The big thing that pitching staff was missing last year was run support. You don't have to tell J.P. Sears about that. He did not get a lot of run support on the Oakland A's side of things. There's the 1-2 to Soler. It's fouled straight back. Big catch.
Doing it the right way.
2-2. Jorge Soler. It's way outside. With a great batter like Jorge Soler, that's exactly what Sears finds himself in. The 9th pitch. And he's going to call him out. How about?
Be back in the Coliseum and, you know, out of Arizona and at
position from the desert or from the grapefruit fields out in Florida to the regular season mode.
This afternoon, you can see the excitement of the guys during batting practice, you know, moving. We did, you know, obviously worked on some fundamental drills.
Letting them know they're going to make the big league roster, and one of those was Lawrence Butler today that you got to have a nice conversation with. What was his reaction?
No, it was great. He did say he went to the grocery store, so yeah, you know, that was awesome. He shared a little bit of his detail in terms of getting into the Bay Area. We get to see that on a daily basis.
And a strikeout there for Nick.
Miguel Andujar, who was having just an unbelievable spring. You know, for me, you know, fortunate to lose to in New York. He was a starting third baseman that night, so I knew a little bit about him. You know,
the surgeries that have had to come down, including Tommy John surgery. You've had a couple injuries.
Last year we used 41 arms, so we understand that you know, depth's important, and that's where we're at right now.